Pick up a book and read. Knowledge is power.
My name is Jarvis, aka Chillnox, and right now we are at my home studio, aka Audio Genius. I had to do a little bit of date tracking, but I did find out officially that last month was my 10th year actively producing. So currently right now what we're able to do is produce, mix, master, record everything in-house in the same night in different stages. So we're pretty much an all-in-one powerhouse. Oh man, sound quality and lyrics is a pretty big thing for me. I went from using a microphone with a sock on it to, higher end interfaces. I got Apollos now, and now I'm moving towards getting all analog gear. As for the lyrics, I take a long time to make sure they make sense. So it's very important to me that, there's some sort of message in there, whether it's playful or just straight up, truth. But I'd say the biggest thing is I've gotten really good at just getting that message across. There's been a lot of things that have attempted to keep me away from my dream, whether that's money issues, friends, family, you name it. I've been through it. I've actually had the last few years have been really rough, but always prevailed through just because I know that the dream is there, and I encourage everybody to chase their dream. Don't give up. If you got to take a longer process, it's okay to take a pause. It's okay to find the workaround. Just don't quit. I've lost good friends that have turned to bad habits. I've had people that supported me that no longer support me. I've been broke, especially a few times recently. And I've had to get a job where sometimes I don't even have time to do anything. So all I can say is make sure that you don't give up and you don't quit, because a lot of the times things are going to get in your way and make you have to take a longer path, even though there's a shorter way to do it. And that's just how it is sometimes. Motivation for me isn't really a thing that it's something I have or don't have. I used to search for it a lot. I used to search for motivation constantly to try to get it when I feel like I didn't have it. And it took me a long time to realize that it's not about whether you have motivation or don't have motivation. It's about how bad do you want something and how desperate you are to get it. I want something really bad. I'm desperate to get it. Not desperate to break morals, but desperate enough to do what I got to do to get there. And honestly, there's no workaround for that. If you want something bad enough, you're gonna try. If you don't, you're not gonna try. Just comes down to how bad do you want to get to your goal. To every artist that's thinking their issue is marketing, I have really good advice for you. I don't think the issue is marketing. You need to ask yourself, what are you trying to market? Are you trying to market yourself? Are you trying to market your message? Most of the time you're trying to market yourself, and if you don't know what your style is, if you don't have your own thing going, which means really honing in the type of music you make, the styles you have, the clothes you wear, the habits you have outside of the camera and music, if you don't have any of that down, what are you trying to market? You need to make sure your life habits are good, your recording, editing, social habits, eating habits. It's all about your health. You can't market something that's not good. And that doesn't just mean to content, that also means to your life and health. What comes to mind on my journey in music is I used to think that it was just all about the music, which means being able to make the songs, and I never really cared about posting the songs or being known for the music, and to be honest, I came with low confidence in it. I'm to a point where now I want to post the songs. I know I can be somebody. I want to tell my story because I have a story developing and a good past of one too. But the biggest lesson I've learned from it is that to put it in perspective, I've learned how to film professionally, take photos professionally, record professionally, mix professionally, master professionally. And the lesson it's teaching me is, yeah, the end goal is being known for my music, being able to live for my music and see my character. But the truth is, it's never going to end. So that goal, the steps I'm taking to get there, they're teaching me life skills, especially skills that are super rare to all be honed in on one. So I thought making music was a blessing. I didn't know how much of one it is until I started developing these skills. I'm going to give advice on 2 different methods I can tell you to find yourself. One is leaned more towards spiritual people, and one is going to be leaned more to logical people. For me, I have a balance between both. If you're leaned more towards spiritual, it doesn't mean if you're leaned more towards spiritual and you understand that sound is an energy, music is an energy, part of your soul, then what I encourage you to do is disconnect yourself from anything that's negative. What I recommend is take a camping trip. It could be in the woods or a nature preserve park. Don't bring a phone, don't do anything, get a book and a pen, maybe some music. Sit down and write out what you really want. If you can't tell me what kind of car you want to drive, what kind of house you want, what kind of family you want, the details of the house, the details of the family, all those little details matter. Music is an expression of your soul. So, I mean, you got to develop your soul. You got to develop what you want. I definitely recommend taking a health approach when it comes to the spiritual side of this. If you believe it's part of your soul, you need to take that into consideration and make sure you figure yourself out, because everything else will be 10 times easier. For the people that lean more towards logic, you got to think about your systems and what you want to do and what needs to take place in order for your goal to happen. If you're trying to be a rapper, then you need to cut down your expenses if you can't afford to do everything out of pocket. So that means learning how to record, learning how to mix, do all the hard stuff. Take those years to learn their skills. That way, whenever you have those skills down, then you can focus on the skill of recording efficiently, making stuff make sense, learning how to make catchy songs. All the skills you need to be developed in a system that makes it independent. That way you are not out of pocket and you don't lose control of your music. Because if you lose control of your music, you will never be financially stable with it. Someone will always own you. This world is very confusing. A lot of things happen randomly, and sometimes it gets hard to understand. Sometimes you never understand it. But one thing I have learned is that everything does happen for a reason, even the tiny things, the way you feel, the places you end up, the people you meet, everything happens for a reason. So if you're losing hope, just remember that losing hope is part of the plan, and you're gonna get that hope back. And it could be today, it could be tomorrow, but as long as you don't quit, you will not fail. Failing isn't losing. Quitting is losing. Failing is only winning. So just remember that.